Good morning, y'all. It is 7:50 a.m. Pacific time on October 22nd. Bit of a late start this morning. Kind of had to run out and do other things pretty early, but we're back and able to kind of assess what's going on in the market. Very, very small range thus far during the pit session. It's basically been where you see this profile build right here, and even the ES has been pretty small, little range. Just sort of waiting for news. ES is close to all-time highs, so people don't want to buy it there, and they're just waiting for it to either get sold off or, I think, waiting for a breakout. But I don't trade the ES, so I don't really know. So basically what happened just now was that this fell in. We're trading it kind of up in the middle of the range, and it fell in very, very quickly across all products. There was just a big sweep of orders, kind of busted it down to this 23 even. And buyers responded, kind of backticked. We might have even got up to 24, and then it just fell in, and I put my order in when we got that. When buyers responded. I'm actually going to add to this. Put my order in when buyers responded and pushed it up. Context is definitely I think it's a trading day. Traders are in charge, and I'm not seeing a lot of overwhelming algo behavior. Just need this thing to hold as the ES pushes up into the highs. This is kind of what we're looking for. You want to do kind of the opposite. So as the ES is getting bought up, it seems like this would sell off in your mind, but what you're looking for is just this to pull back. As this pulls back, this gets bought up. So that's kind of what the concept for the trade is. What we don't want to see is this number start to build and build. That means sellers are absorbing the buying at this level to push it down through. So that if they do succeed in busting through this level, it could be a pretty decent free fall all the way down. Probably have quite a few stop orders underneath here. So if you look across all products, not really getting any indication on the Ultra Bond or the 30-year. 5-year already popped that step quite a bit ago. So we're really just relying on what's going on in the 10-year. Really the only indication I got was just that we fell back in, and this level's held since, pre-market. Could be kind of stale at this point. That's really the big worry. It just becomes too obvious. And then also the ES pushes and keeps pushing up, doesn't sell back in like it did previously. That just puts too much pressure on us over here, and that would push it through. At that point, the trade becomes, let's pop through, wait for it to come back up, because this would act as resistance at this point, and then you could sell it back down. the overnight low. The overnight low is down here, and looks like started to see this number build quite a bit. It was a little bit unnerving for a second, but it looks like yes, starting to drop back in. See if we can get a push higher. Last push up was all the way up to the overnight high. So we did go off for a 22.5, but they took it right back bid. Let's keep an eye on what's going on over here. We're one tick below. It might be the dam starting to let loose. I don't know if I want to take a full 3 tick on this. Might have to bail. Let's see if we can get back bid at 23 even. Because that would be the big tell. We need these guys to catch a bid and start lifting as well. If not, then it looks like everybody's resigned to let this fall through. But if I was a big time trader, you know, with the setup to sell across all products, this is where I think I would try to sell this down, just because the easy money's down here. You're really not going to get any fight. Once you get to a certain point, you pop this pressure point. I think everybody just sort of acquiesces once it gets down here, and it's like, all right, fine, we'll just, I'm covering, and then other people are selling the breakout. Yeah, shit. Things have kind of shifted a little bit, looks like. Looks like this is going to go down to me. Oh, that was good. Wow, that went off her briefly and then popped up for 2,000. Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. if I wanted to scratch, now's the time. We had these guys back up to the yellow line, but they've since fallen down by a tick. Not that big a deal. Okay, so we got 400 on the offer. You can't take that out and go bid here. That just tells me that nobody wants it. It's not a good sign. Might be time to scratch and even reverse. All right, so we got stopped out there. The important thing to kind of notice here is to take a look at these numbers, and I think we were at 7,000, 7,000 when we got into the trade, and you could see how we had 10,000 buy orders just get absorbed here by all the sellers, and that's kind of what they used. They just absorbed it all until they popped this pressure point, and we're already down 3 ticks from that level. Like I said, that's the easy play. Just sort of like a knife through butter, just kind of run through all these stops. Again, full disclosure, I'm still trading on a simulator, so I think I probably would have scratched that. Seeing that build up like it did, I definitely would have scratched that if it was real money, but I just figured I'd let it play out just so that moving forward, if you haven't seen that before, you definitely want to take heed and pay attention to that and get yourself out, or even short it if you want to, and watch them pop this little pressure point here. And that all happened with a very, very sideways, slow, waiting for news kind of ES. It really didn't go anywhere. Just traded within these like two points, 2 handles. And really the tell on that one was the 5-year, that it popped that level way early. Still tried to build. Tried to stay with it. And built out a little bit more of the volume profile, but it just eventually just popped through. Anyway, that's it for me today, and hopefully go on live next week. We'll see. It's just really, really tough to wake up so early in the morning. It used to be a lot easier for some reason. It's just struggle, big time struggle bus lately, so we'll see.